All right, welcome to the Atomy Global Personal Platform webinar, everyone. I would like to sincerely welcome everyone that is here today. It is great to see everyone again. And so let us start with a recital of our company motto, right? Because we always start our meetings with the company motto recital and end with our company motto recital too. So I will start by sharing the screen and we can start with the recital. All right, are we all ready?
Yes.
Yes. Company motto. Yep.
Yep.
Cherish the
Yeah,
spirit,
let's go.
create the vision,
이거는
follow
소진이야.
the faith,
그냥 생각을
serve
그냥 한다.
agility. Is
이제
that,
Yeah.
is that
시작하면 겸손히 섬긴다. 아짜, 아짜, 아짜.
So as we all know, we always start and finish the Atomy events and meetings with the company motto recital because all of our business practices, our company values, and our moral values in the company are all can all be traced back into the company motto itself. And that is why we always start and finish our events with this company motto recital. So moving on, I'm going to briefly explain the agenda for today. For today, we're going to have a special session. And I can see that we also are a more intimate group today because we have a little less attendees. So here's what we're going to do. So for the presentation, I'm only going to do the marketing plan. So I will not do my usual STP. I'm going to skip the company introduction and the products. I'm going to focus only on the marketing plan so that it can be a good refresher for everyone to really focus on what it is that really allows us to succeed in this business. And so after talking about the marketing plan, then I also want to invite everyone to have a free sharing session where we can talk. And I can see that some of our partners are here and some other guests are here. And we also have our upline sponsors. So then I think it will be a good uh, time for us to maybe ask questions to our sponsors so that we can have some free flowing Q&A that can help our business. I think that will be perfect for today. So without further ado, I will now start with the the presentation of the marketing plan. All right, so I'm gonna skip everything and go straight into the marketing plan. There we go. All right, so we usually talk a lot about business opportunities and the reason why we are in Atomy Business is because right, the reason why we are in Atomy Business is because of our future, right? We want to find a way to secure our future, to build a source of passive income, and also essentially to become rich. And here's the thing, for ordinary people like me, and for most of us here, the only way an ordinary person can become rich is by investing in time, because we don't have a lot of financial capital that we can invest, right? So here's the thing, what we can usually do to build passive income, to build that pipeline. Here's the thing, we can build a system income that makes money work for us, and so that we're not the ones working for money, right? That's why we're all here. We no longer want to exchange our labor for our income. So the kind of jobs where if you stop working, then you also stop earning money, that's the kind of thing that we want to go away from. So, in terms of building a source of passive income, there are several options where we can do that. First is to be a property owner. If you own property, of course, you can earn money from rent. You can also be a music producer where you can get commission for all the music that you create and sell out. If you're an author, you can also get commission for that. And you can be an investor, financial investor that earns money from interests. And you could be a vlogger or YouTuber who can profit from advertisement. And here's the last option, which is network marketing. So if you're not a huge property owner or a music producer, author, financial investor, or a vlogger, then essentially the only option left for us here is now network marketing, right? And in and in building this company, founding this company, and creating the marketing plan, especially, Chairman Park Han-gil did so with a vision to rewrite the history of network marketing. From the moment where he founded this company with literally nothing in his inheritance except for a secondhand car and an old laptop, he had been declaring since the beginning that he's going to rewrite the history of network marketing. So, the reason why is this. So Chairman Park Han-gil had already tried a different network marketing business before, and he even got to the highest level. And yet and yet he was not able to become rich. What happened to him in the end was that he went bankrupt, even after reaching the highest level in that existing MLM company. And then and then what he wanted to find for himself was a network marketing company that had a marketing plan that would allow an ordinary individual to be able to succeed. Not someone with exceptional sales skills, not someone with exceptional coaching skills or public speaking skills. Just someone who is ordinary, just like us, to be able to succeed through the system, a system that actually presents a fair and equal opportunity for people like that. And because he was not able to find a company, he decided to found the Atomy company himself, where he can help people and also allow this opportunity for ordinary people to be able to succeed. So here's the main idea in Atomy's marketing plan. The main idea is that we are making consumption every day, right? From the moment we wake up until we go to sleep. Consumption is inevitable when we are living in this capitalist society. But unlike anywhere else in this society, in Atomy, you can turn your consumption into either economic gain or income. So here's the thing. If you want to turn your consumption into economic gain, then you would be a consumer who is using and buying products from Atomy. Because if you are buying products from Atomy, each product has something called the point value, which is the sales points, right? And when you accumulate the points, then you will get real cash back. Unlike the other shopping malls or shopping platforms like Shopee in Indonesia or Coupang in Korea, where when you get the points, they don't really get converted into cashback, but rather they give you a gift voucher or further discount. And for that, you would have to spend more money in order to actually use those points, right? But in Atomy, if you put in your bank account information, they will literally wire transfer the commission or cashback into your bank account. So when you are only just using products for yourself from your own consumption, then you can get an economic gain. But when you start sharing to other people, and then do this as a business, then you can get economic gain from not only your own consumption, but also from the consumption of people that you share to. And that is how you can turn this into a source of proper income that can even get you rich, very rich. And the nice thing here in Atomy is that you can start out as a consumer, but you can convert to business member anytime. And in fact, in Atomy, there's not a clear distinction between whether you are a consumer or a business member. The reason is because most consumers actually end up becoming business members, or they have the potential to. So here's the normal process for most people in Atomy. People start out as an Atomy consumer where they start buying Atomy products. Maybe they will try Atomy sunscreen because they hear that it is really good, and it is also the same sunscreen from Shiseido. They have the same manufacturer, but it's 5 times cheaper. Then yes, of course they want to try, right? So they try the sunscreen, and then they see that it's really good, so they try the skincare, and then they try the shampoo, and then they also try the detergent, right? So one by one, you start trying more and more products from Atomy, and you start changing your brand from other brands that you may buy from supermarkets or shopping malls to Atomy brand. And so after doing what we call the mart change, then you will become a loyal consumer, right? And here's another question that I want to ask everyone. When you try something that's really good, whether that is a new restaurant that is really good and really cheap, or a really good movie that you watched that is newly released in the cinema, do you stay silent about it? Or do you want to share to other people about it? I'm sure that if you have a lot of friends and you like people, then I'm sure that you will want to share this with other people, right? Most people are very enthusiastic about sharing about good things that they have tried. So this is the same in Atomy. When you try a sunscreen that's really cheap but really good quality, then I'm sure that you will want to share to other people about it, right? Especially to those in the workplace or in the meetings that says, "Oh, I'm looking for a good sunscreen." Then naturally you're going to mention, "Oh, Atomy has a really amazing sunscreen," right? And so when you start sharing to other people and become a loyal consumer like that, then that will eventually end up with you getting or receiving general commission. And so here's the thing. When people receive general commission, essentially did not do anything, right? All they did was just use products that they need in their life, not unnecessary luxury goods, but daily necessity products that they have to buy anyways. All they did was change the brand from some other brands to Atomy. And then maybe they share to some other people, which is the kind of normal behavior that they display anyways, right? They didn't change anything about their life except just use Atomy instead of other brands. And then suddenly they receive general commission or cashback in their bank account, right? So here is when people become more interested and curious about what it is about Atomy that just suddenly paid them money. And then when they learn about the Atomy marketing plan and realize that not only from their own consumption, but from the consumption of other people, they can earn an income, then that is usually when people get started in the business. So essentially, they will start out as a consumer and then an auto consumer or a loyal consumer, and then they will eventually become business member when they learn that just from their own consumption habit and with some extra work, they can earn a really big income from this as a business, then of course there's no reason not to start. And another really important thing about Atomy's marketing plan is that the more you learn about the system, then you will really realize that this is not only well balanced, but it is also righteous. It's ethical and morally good. And so you can see this from the customer-centered management objective of the company that really is focused on your success and on customer success. All of us, we are just customers of Atomy. But the company really wants us to succeed. So in every way possible, the company is always there to help us and they want us to succeed. And you can really see that in how the marketing plan is structured. So let's dive right into that. So here are the main features and strengths of Atomy Business in the Atomy Marketing Plan. And so first, Atomy is composed of a binary two-leg system. So as you can see in the diagram here, it starts out as you're the number one member, and then under you, you can register one person on each side. And then after that, it will start continuing down in the left and right group of consumers. So one really significant point about this is that in network marketing, there's a lot of different systems and there's a lot of different designs for how your memberships can be structured. And there are also other companies where there's a breakaway system, which means that you can keep increasing the lines that you get all the way up to 19 lines for this company that starts with letter A. But in Atomy, all you need to do is just get two lines. And so it's really easy to manage. And also it's possible for, people like us to be able to manage these two lines. Now, next, we have no membership fee, entry fee, monthly maintenance, or auto ship or referral commission. So what that means is for you to register, so everyone here is an Atomy member, right? So when we registered membership in Atomy, we didn't have to pay any registration fee. We didn't have to pay any entry fee. We don't have to pay any subscription fee, right? Either every month or every year. We are not forced to buy any products, so there's no package buy. And because when you join an Atomy, it's free for you. Everything is free for you. That's why if you join because of me, I also don't get any referral commission. So in some other companies, if there's registration fee for joining, then let's say that I recruited a new member and then they have to pay $1,000, then usually I will get a percentage of that as referral commission. But in here, there's none of that because everything is free. So what this really means is first of all, we don't have to make any financial investment to join or start this business, but it is also free for everyone else who joins with us. So that means that we can easily share to just anybody that we know, right? Everyone that whether they are poor or rich or they care about registration fee or not, you know that no one is going to make any financial loss or experience any losses by joining in Atomy. So that is why you can share about Atomy to anyone with a very clean and clear conscience. Now, moving on, we also have unlimited PV accumulation. So what this means is that your PV or your points, your accumulated points, will not expire until your small leg reaches 300,000 PV. And this number, 300,000, is significant here because that is when your small leg reaches 300,000 PV, what happens is you will earn your first commission. So that is the lowest boundary, lowest threshold for earning commission. So what this really means is that Atomy Company will wait for you, by not taking away your points will not expire until you are able to earn commission. So, yes. So already from here, you can really feel that Atomy Company really wants you to earn money, right? They really want you to earn money. They want you to succeed. So this is one example of that. So when you compare to other companies, let's say, they usually have expiration for the points by the end of the month, you know. So when the points expire by the end of the month and then you're at 250,000 PV, then you just need the extra 50,000 in order to earn commission, right? So then what would be the most logical thing to do here? Spend your money, buy that extra, fill the 50,000, and so that you can earn commission and you also have some products with you, right? But then, are you really earning money or are you losing money? I think that's up to you to decide. Maybe for one time or two times, you could do it. But then, if that is the pattern for all the time, every month you're doing this, then in the end, you will be losing more money than you gain, right? So the fact that we have unlimited PV accumulation and the points literally wait for you until you can earn commission is really important. And that's also why even as just as consumers who are not doing this as a business, even if people who are just buying toothpaste every month and that's it, maybe after a few years, they also reach the condition where they can receive commission. And then when those people suddenly receive money in their bank account, then they become curious, and then that can be an opportunity for them to learn about Atomy and join the business too. Now, moving on, so we have the unlimited PV accumulation, right? But we also have infinite downline. That means that in your two-line binary system, in your two left and right groups of consumers, so we have levels, right? Here's the first level under you, and then the second level, third level. But then here it says infinite. So as you know, infinite means unlimited, right? So you can have unlimited levels in your downline, even up to 1 million or 5 million. Well, that's the goal, right? To have millions of downline levels. So, so what is significant about this is, well, if you compare to other companies, they usually put a limit at 10 levels, let's say. Then for the first three levels, they say, oh, they will pay you 50% commission. If this person from Korea, Japan, and Korea, they buy something worth 100,000 points, then you will get 50,000 points because it's 50%. And then the next three levels, they will share with you only 30%. So you'll get maybe 33,000. And then for the last four levels, they only give you 10%. So you only get 10,000 points shared with you. And then from the accumulated points, you earn commission, right? But in Atomy, no matter how far down the level you go, they will share the points with you at 100%, right? So even if this person from USA or someone who is down 1,000 or 100,000 or 1 million levels down in your downline, if they buy something that is worth 100,000 points, then those 100,000 points will be shared with you at 100%. So, what this really means, what is important about this is it doesn't matter who you recruit in your downline, right? Because there's no limit. If you only had a limit of 10 levels, or someone I know was in a different network marketing business that only had 3 levels, then you really have to make sure that the people that you recruit are really good at making sales, right? Or they love the product so much that they will buy a lot of products all the time, right? But when you don't have any level, then even if the first 10 people that you recruit, even if they don't do anything, it's fine because maybe the 11th person or 20th person or 100th person will be like Imperial Master Lee Duk-woo, who will just make this business explode, right? So that is why you can share to anybody that whether it is your family, your relatives, or your friends, or even just someone that you meet for the first time, you can easily just share about Atomy to them and then just register them in your downline. And whatever they do will be shared with you at 100%. And when you find someone who is like Imperial Master Lee Dog-woo, then everything that they do will be shared with you at 100%. So the key point here is because of the infinite downline, one day you're going to find someone who is better than you to join in this business. And then whatever they do is all going to be shared with you. So whatever they do is going to be yours as well. Now, moving on, this infinite downline doesn't just end in just one country where you are. So right now I'm in Indonesia, right? Some of our sponsors in Korea, but is our business limited to just one country? No, because in our system, we use the Global One Marketing Server. That means the whole world is connected through one server. That is why in the diagram, you can see a lot of different nationalities that are joined together in one structure. And what this means is that you can share to other people from abroad, right? So for me, for example, I've shared to my university friends. I studied in University of Amsterdam. So I shared to some friends in Amsterdam, Norway, Germany, France, Belgium, right? They're all in Europe and they registered with me. And whenever they buy something, their points are shared with me. Their points come to me all the way from Amsterdam. So this is just like me having opened a store in Europe, opened a European branch, but I didn't do that. It's the company who did it, right? And lastly, if we have the unlimited PV accumulation, so the points don't expire, you can go down in unlimited downline levels, and then the whole world is connected in one server, so you can not only do business in your own country, but get connected through all the countries abroad, then that will mean that the person who registered first, the person who is already successful in Atomy, they will be taking all the money, right? Like a pyramid structure. That's what people are most afraid of, right? And when it comes to network marketing. So, of course, Chairman Park Han-gil was aware of this too. And so that is why he decided to put a compensation ceiling or upper limit. So that means that after a certain point, you cannot earn more money. So this is no longer a pyramid shape, it's a trapezoid, right? So the limit right now is at $100,000 per month. And Chairman Park Han-gil said, if you are earning that much money every month, that is more than enough for you, which I agree. And so that means that after you get to $100,000 per month, you cannot earn more. So there's no point for you to try to grow further than that because you cannot, right? So that means, first of all, you can retire, purely retire from this business, and this will be purely passive income. And second, this means that whether you started this business 10 years ago or you start today, you have the same opportunity because you will meet at the same point anyways. It's just that someone who started 10 years ago might get there faster because they started earlier. But in the end, you're going to meet at the same point. You're going to meet at the top together. So that is why this really gives you the fair and equal opportunity. Now, lastly, and this is important for all the people who have children or are planning to have children, we have something called inheritance for 3 generations. So when we establish this business and have a source of passive income from Atomy, we will earn passive income from that for the rest of our life, until we die. But even after our death, after our passing, this membership code that we have, everyone has ID number, right? That ID number can be passed down to your children. And then your child can inherit this code. And then from this code, it will keep generating passive income, right? And they can receive that for the rest of their life. And then they can even pass it down to your grandchildren. So for 3 generations, you will not be hungry for 3 generations. So that's why this is not just a small business of word of mouth business, but rather this is a huge business that can change the financial future of your family for 3 generations. So I'm going to let that sink in right now, right? It's going to change your family legacy. 3 generations. A lot of people who started Atomy business, there's a lot of them who started this business because they heard about the inheritance. Because when we have and when we think about like people who are really rich, they have the financial capacity. They have a lot of inheritance that they can pass down. But then you also know that, they're gonna get taxed a lot, right, to pass it down. But for inheritance, but when you are passing down your membership code, you're not passing down your money, right? It's like a fountain that is generating the money, right? So you're giving them the tool that generates the money. So that means that they're not going to be finished after they spend all the inheritance money. No, they're going to have this never-ending fountain that never runs dry of money. So this is actually even better than, earning a lot of money and passing that down to your children. Okay, I'm going to move on. All right, so as I said before, PV is the purchase points that are assigned to each products, right? And then by accumulating those, yes, that is how we can earn money. So PV equals money, right? So in Atomy, we have 4 different types of commission, starting with general commission that is given as from downline sales. We also have mastership bonus, which is when you achieve a specific level of mastership, then you'll earn this bonus. You'll also get mastership promotion gift, which is a one-time promotion gift for when you get promoted to a level of mastership. And then lastly, we have center commission. So I'll explain each of them in more detail now. So for general commission, that is given from your downline sales. So you can the PV is actually calculated every day. So you can actually earn commission, your general commission every day. But then the payment for this, the payroll is every Tuesday on the next week. So for each day, they're gonna count, okay, which day you can make commission and which day you didn't make commission. And then let's say in 1 week, you got commission for 4 days. Then the commission for 4 days will be paid out the next week on Tuesday. So here's how we can actually earn the general commission. So we first need to fill our personal PV to 300,000. And then from our left leg and our right leg, so in our downline, when we accumulate 300,000 or more PV, then you can get the commission of around $60. So here, one thing to note here is the personal PV, right? So you can start accumulating your downline points from when you accumulate 10,000 PV. So, but to receive this commission in full, then yes, your personal PV needs to be 300,000. So that means that, oh, what if I don't fill my personal PV to 300,000? Then what will happen? Well, Atomy is still generous enough to still pay you commission, but just not in full amount. So if your personal PV ranges from 10,000 to 300K, then the commission that you receive will be around 1/3 of the full amount, so around maybe $20. Another really important thing to remember here is this personal PV. This doesn't go back to zero. So your downline points, the 300,000 PV in your left and right leg, after you get there, then they'll pay you commission of $60 and then it'll refresh back to zero. But for your personal PV, that's going to stay there. So once you fill this to 300,000, you don't need to fill that again, right? So that's going to stay there. And then now you have gained the permanent uh, eligibility to be able to earn general commission in full amount. So here you can see the table for all the different general commission amounts that you can earn. So starting from 300,000 PV, which will get you $60, you can get to up to 50 million PV, which is the highest amount, which will get you around $1,200. And as you can see here, this is the upper limit. This is the commission ceiling. So after 50 million PV, they don't actually pay you anymore. So in 1 day, let's say that you gained 100 million PV on each side, you're still going to get $1,200. So that's the commission ceiling. That's why all the extra revenue that is generated is actually shared to the levels down below. So that is redistributed that back to the beginner levels so that the beginners can also grow fast. You can also see here the ratio of growth, of ratio of increase in this table. So from 300,000 to 50 million PV, I believe that this is around 166 times increase, right? But when you see $60 to 1,200, that is only 20 times, right? So the more points that you get, the bigger your business grows. The rate of increase for paying you more is actually less. So what this means is they actually favor the beginner levels so that they can get paid more in relatively so that they can grow faster and also survive in this business. Now, next we have the Mastership Commission, which is for when you achieve a certain level of mastership. So this starts from Sales Master, which is the lowest level, all the way up to Imperial Master. So in Atomy, there are 7 different levels. So and you can also see here the monthly income, average monthly income that you can get from each level of mastership. And the mastership commission is actually given from the total sales PV, right? There's the total sales PV that the company as a whole will be able to generate. And out of that, 20% of that is distributed to the mastership commission. And so the important thing to note here is here. Out of the 20% that is given to masterships, 10% goes to sales masters, which is half, right? And then the rest is distributed among the rest of the levels, right? So the other 10% is given to all 6 different levels. So this means that Sales Master, the beginning level, is favored again in the system. So really here in Atomy Marketing Plan, then they really favor the weak and they do not privilege the strong, right? It's the people who are weak that need more help, right? So here they really practice that. in the system itself. Now, the mastership commission is paid 7 days after closing on the 15th and the last day of every month. And you can also see here the distribution of mastership commission from the percentage of the PV, where half of that goes to sales master. It's more visual here, right? So when we think about all the different levels of mastership, all the way up to imperial master, in order to become imperial master, what do we have to do first? Start with the first level, right? We have to try sales master first. So here is how you can become sales master, either in the first half of the month or the second half of the month. During the 15-day period, you need to accumulate more than 2.5 million PV in each of your legs. And once you do so, then you'll earn around $500 in your general commission, $500 in your mastership bonus, which was equal to $1,000. And when you can do this twice a month, that will be around $2,000 per month. So of course, at first, when you don't have a lot of members in your downline, then you're gonna have to work hard to achieve this, right? To become a sales master. But the point is, your membership, the number of memberships that you have is only going to increase the more time passes, right? They're not gonna decrease, right? And the more your memberships increase, then the less work that you're gonna have to do in order to reach 2.5 million PV, right? Because we're going to have a lot of people who need to use toothpaste, toothbrush, shampoo, right? And when they run out, they're also going to buy again, right? So you're going to reach a point where this is going to be purely passive and purely automatic, where when you are not actively sharing products, you are going to still accumulate a minimum of 2.5 million PV. And so when that happens, then you'll be considered a pure auto sales master. And so, of course, it takes effort and time to get to this point. But they say that getting to this point is the furthest that you have to go by yourself. So that's the biggest challenge that you will have to take on by yourself in order to become Imperial Master. And once you get to this point, then you're already halfway there. So now I will explain to you each level of mastership and the promotion gifts that are given to you as a celebration of your promotion. So as I said before, to be sales master, then you need to have 2.5 million PV from your downline. You also need to fill your personal PV to 700,000. So if you need more explanation on this, I think that's for another time. But as a promotion gift, then you'll get the best products from Atomy, Hemohim, Evening Care, and the Fame. Now, from Diamond Master, the requirement is different. It is no longer dependent on your downline sales, but rather you need to find 4 people in your downline, 2 on each side, that want to join with you in this business and also work on this with you. You have to find 4 people that say, "Hey, I saw that you became sales master earlier. I saw that you are earning money from this business. I want to do the same. Let me try. Let me become sales master." And when you find 4 people like that, then you will be diamond master. So you can see from the structure itself that you cannot succeed from your own abilities, right? If you are a really good salesman, the furthest that you can go to is just sales master. That's the furthest that you can go to by yourself. So from Diamond Master, then you need to find people to work with you. And for you to succeed, you have to help your downline. So that is why success is not achieved alone, but together. And also we have to help each other in order for us to grow. And also as a promotion gift, you'll get $800 in cash and then the best products from Atomy. Now, as Sharon Rose Master, then you need to find 4 people from your previous level of mastership. And the gift is $2,000 cash and travel voucher for 3 nights and 4 days for 2 people. Now, as Star Master, you'll get $10,000 and travel voucher for 4 people. And as Royal Master, you get $50,000, travel voucher for a cruise tour through Europe for 10 nights and 11 days for 4 people. And also rental fee for mid-sized vehicle, as well as allowance for sponsorship activity. As Crown Master, you'll get 300,000 and travel voucher for another cruise tour. Now, a full payment for a brand new car. and then $5,000 per month sponsorship allowance. And here's our end goal, right? Imperial Master. Let's say Auto Imperial Master is the end goal, right? So to be this, you'll get $1 million and then another cruise tour, a brand new car, now salary for a driver as well as office rental fee. So now you will really live the life of a truly successful CEO. So here's a picture of a new Imperial Master being handed the cash prize of $1 million. And when you just add up the cash promotion itself alone, you'll add up to $1.363 million. So this is apart from your general commission and mastership commission that you'll be earning the whole time. So right now we also have Atomy Success Clubs, and we have the numbers of how many people are in here. I remember from my memory, I don't remember clearly, but I think that in the Crown Leaders Club we have around 97 people, and then for Auto Sales Master Club that was like maybe around 1,000 people or something like that. So we have a lot of people who are already successful in this business, and so they are the living proof here, right? That this business works, that they are earning money from this. Now, last commission is the center commission that is paid to center managers or center leaders for the training members' purposes. So in these centers, they also take part in hosting the education system provided by Atomy Company, like the regional seminars, webinar, Success Academy, and one-day seminar. All of the maybe for offline seminars that are done by the company. At the centers, they might provide some online streaming, right? And they also host their own center seminars as well as sponsor meetings. So here are the frequently asked questions. Many people ask, can someone like me succeed? And I was also one of them. I also asked, can someone like me succeed? Because I have zero prior experience in any kind of business. I didn't study anything about business. All I did was maybe take economics course in high school. And so I also had the same question, but of course the answer is yes, anyone can succeed because of our marketing plan, right? Because we have the binary system with free registration, zero investment, we have unlimited downline levels, so we can find someone who is better than us to join with us. And then from their growth, we will also grow, right? And because the company is the one that runs this education system, that is why we don't have to teach our downline partners ourselves, but the company will do that for us. So first, we can attend the system to grow first, and then guide our partners to also just join the system. That's all. Now, whether we can trust our future with this company, yes. So we have the voluntary repurchase of the products from consumers because we have good quality products that are at good price and because they are daily necessity products, right? So they always lead, there's always consumer demand for these products. We also have fast-growing global membership and the marketing plan that hasn't changed over 10 years, right? And so that is why you can really trust that this company is going to last over 100 years. And because we have the compensation ceiling, right, that is why it's not too late to start now, right? Whether you started 10 years ago or you start today, you actually have the same opportunity. And actually, if you compare to 10 years ago, right now is the best time to do this business because now we have an amazing new application that we can use so that Atomy really functions as a proper shopping platform, right? It doesn't it can compete with other platforms like Shopee and Tokopedia. And actually, Atomy is even easier to use, right? And we also have Global One Marketing. So even if everyone in your country might be registered in Atomy, all you need to do is just share to someone outside, right? And less than 1% of 16 million members worldwide are business operators. So the rest, 99%, are just consumers. So of course, this is the best time to start. And because of the development of AI, now all the young and smart and talented people, they are looking for a business like this, right? And so what we have to do is join in this business, before they do, because we're gonna reach a day where when you ask the AI, oh, is Atomy Business good? They're gonna be able to explain the whole marketing plan, right? And when AI can do that, then all the other people are just going to find information online through AI and then join an Atomy instead of joining through us. So before that happens, we have to grow this business first. Yes? All right. So lastly, I'm going to share this quote from Jack Ma, who's the founder of Alibaba, right? The biggest platform in China and in the world. He said that successful people can see it because they believe it. But ordinary people believe it because they can see it. So only when they see it, they say, okay, I'll believe it. But people who usually fail, they fail because even when they can see it right there, they choose not to believe it. So what I'm trying to say with this is I just presented all the evidence for why this business works, why ordinary people like us can succeed in this business. And so, if we still choose not to believe in this, then which category of people will we fall under? So, I think that is a really good food for thought. And on that note, I will end my presentation right here, and we're gonna have a free-flowing sharing and Q&A session from the group now. So, thank you very much for listening. So, I'm going to also explain this quickly in Korean for our Korean sponsors. 그 오늘은 그 스피치도 하고요. 그리고 이제 질문도 받으면 좋지 않을까 싶습니다. 스폰서님. 네. 그래서 그 혹시 이렇게 질문하셨을 때 제가 답할 수 있는 건 하지만 그 스폰서님들께서 이제 질문을 답해 주시고 제가 그 영어로 다시 통역해도 너무 좋을 것 같아서 한번 괜찮으시면 부탁드리겠습니다. 그래서 먼저 질문 먼저 받겠습니다. All right, so if there is anyone who would like to ask questions about this business, not really get the answer from me, but maybe from more successful sponsors, now is the time. And with the sponsors' consent, I'm gonna try to do this more often. Right? So maybe I see that Gary is here. If you want to ask any question, now's the time. If you want to ask directly.
Well, Manju, I want to ask them like, what if they faces rejections? What they usually do when they faces rejections? What they uh and how do they like overcome it? The rejections itself.
Okay. 저 파트너 게리가 하는 질문은 저희가 거절을 받았을 때 이제 그거에 어떻게 반응을 하고 그리고 또 어떻게 극복을 하시는지 네, 궁금하다고 합니다. 홍성수 국장님.
아이고, 민망해요. 제가. 아, 약간 쑥스럽지만, 저는 그 모든 스폰서님들, 성공자 리더님들께서 그 거절을 즐기라고 강의를 해주시잖아요. 근데 이제 저도 이 표현이 이렇게 어떻게 들리실지 모르겠는데 저는 이제 이렇게 아줌마이고 나이도 어느 정도 있고 우리도 어디 마트나 옷가게나 이런 데 갔을 때 거기에서 꼭 사라고 하지 않더라도 저도 몇 번씩 입어보거나 뭘 만지작거리거나 놓고 이렇게 올 때도 많잖아요. 예, 그러니까 주부로서 살아온 그걸로 처음부터 리더님들의 강의를 떠나서라도 저는 그 거절에 대한 거를 이렇게 상처로 받지 않으려고 처음부터 마음을 먹었어요. 예, 그래서 그게 뭐 기분 좋은 일은 아닐 수는 있긴 하지만 그래도 살아온 그 연륜에서부터 그 마음을 그렇게 먹었어서 저 같은 경우는 굉장히 편안히 그거를 뭐 그럴 수 있지라고 생각을 해요. 근데 강의를 듣고 리더님들의 말씀을 정말 들어보면 이건 내가 처음부터 내가 내 마음을 잘 다스렸구나라고 생각을 하고 있습니다.
네,
여기까지
감사합니다.
하겠습니다.
네,
쑥스럽습니다.
하겠습니다. 네. So from Sharon's master Hong Sung-soo, she shared that, of course, the all the successful leaders like Imperial Masters, they always say to enjoy the rejections that you face, right? And but even going apart from that, for her, this is the word she said herself. She used herself that she is an ajumma, and as a housewife. And as someone who is of older age, from her own life experiences, she was able to just be able to deal with the rejections better because that is a normal response that people can have, right? And also from the beginning of this business, she started this business with the decision in her heart to be okay with rejections. That she already knew from the beginning that she will probably face a lot of them and that she's going to be okay with that, right? So when you kind of go start from that kind of assumption, then maybe it's easier to deal with it. And when she heard from a lot of different lectures and presentations from successful leaders that talked about how to deal with rejections, then she realized that she actually did start with the right kind of mindset. So that is from her. Yeah. So thank you so much to Shamrose Master Hong Sung-soo.
감사합니다.
감사합니다.
Would there be any other question from Gary or Manut? I can also see Ms. Jahanar Kabir and Mr. Sudeb Saha. Would there be any question that you would like to ask our leaders today?
Hello, Manchu.
Yes, hello.
Um, I want to ask, like, I continue my question about Vietnam, but I'm not sure that someone know or not because I have arranged a few people at Vietnam. I plan to go
Mhm,
there and meet them. Uh, I know them from my business, the business, and I also explained some about Atomy to them. So they don't know Atomy yet, but I tell them about supplement and skincare. So
mhm,
they also interest for this to talk about this because all of them is business people.
mhm,
But
mhm,
the problem, Vietnam now don't have certificate for
mhm, mhm.
and they not stay in Cambodia, they stay in their country. So I'm not sure if I go to see them this time, good or not. I'm not sure yet.
Right. Okay, so I think maybe if sponsor I'm wrong, if you are here, maybe this would be the perfect question for you to answer on for Manut. And if not, I actually know the answer to this one. So because oh, sponsor I'm wrong?
Yeah,
Yes,
okay.
okay, thank you.
Okay. So
So
good
please
evening.
welcome Star Master Lai Amrong from Cambodia.
Okay. Yeah, I'm so honored today. Okay, for the Vietnamese case, actually, we have several mastership achieved from Vietnamese leaders, but actually they visited Cambodia and they apply for business visa. So then they register under Atomy Cambodia. That's the only option. Because and actually many Korean line try to marketing and sales in the Vietnam, and a lot of products have been sold many already. But so then for your case, just go and yeah, try the product. It's just like pre-launching stage because we don't know exactly what or when will be happen or launching. But actually, Adobe is ready for the office, but we are waiting for the license. So, Imperial Master Lee Hye-jung previously mentioned that it's a huge market for army in Vietnam if the government is like immediately change the new government, a new regulation or the law is approved by the government. So we don't know exactly what when will be released. Uh, if everything's like released, so then we can launch immediately. So I think it's very near to Cambodia, just maximum 200 kilometers away from the Cambodia, so we can easily access or go to marketing and sell in Vietnam first. Or you can just first try the product, second, try to invite them to come to Cambodia and get the business visa, register under Army Cambodia, and even they can go mastership. Yeah. So they can like buy product from Cambodia or even buy from Korea. So at least they can be like a consumer. Yeah. Because in Vietnam, many Vietnamese like Korean product. Yeah, easier than other market. This is the way.
Mm,
And for like expanding new or finding new market.
thank Bong. Okay, I will think about this because um now I also busy with my work, so that's why I still consider like I should go now or
Yes, sorry, I got cut off by internet. I am back. Um, all right, I want to also ask, is there anyone with another question that they might like to ask? If not, I also want to ask maybe another sponsor to also give their experience for facing rejections. Maybe sponsor Amrong or maybe Star Master Kim Hyun-sik. I actually really want to ask Star Master Kim Hyun-sik. 그 김현식 본부장님도 혹시 그 말씀해 주실 수 있으실까요? 이번에 여기 수라바야에서 지금 이제 그 활동을 많이 시작한 친구가 거절 때문에 좀 힘들다고 해서 지금 이 질문을 한 것 같습니다. 그래서 저도 말해줄 수 있지만 이렇게 스폰서님들께서 해주실 때 너무 힘이 될 것 같습니다.
예, 만주 씨 너무 잘 하시고 또 이 리더도 정말 부럽지 않은 리더가 되실 건데 어, 거절은 이렇게 당연하고 거절을 즐기라고 리더님들이 그렇게 하는데 거절은 상대방이 모르기 때문에 그리고 또 나를 사랑하니까 잘못될까 봐서 이렇게 거절을 하는 것을 거절로 받아들이지 말고 거절을 즐겨라. 그리고 그런 거절들이 우리에게는 비전이라고 생각하면 돼요. 이유는 거절하지 않고 다 애토미 사업을 해버리면 나한테 기회가 안 왔죠. 그렇기 때문에 거절은 당연한 거고 거절은 즐겨야 되고 그 사람이 나를 사랑하니까 잘못될까 봐서 거절하는 거지 알고 거절하는 것도 아니고 모르기 때문에 거절을 하는 거예요. 이상입니다.
네, 감사합니다, 본부장님. So thank you to Star Master Kim Hyun-sik for sharing his answer again for how to deal with and overcome rejections. So here's his answer. So he also said that yes, our leaders always say enjoy the rejections, right? Enjoy it. But also what he said is the reason why people reject us is not because they don't like us. The reason they reject us is because they love us so much, and it's out of concern that they want to go against us for doing this business, right? So we have to keep in mind. And also, the reason why they also reject us is because they don't know. If they really knew what Atomy is the way we understand it, then I'm sure that, of course, they wouldn't just say no, right? And lastly, what Starmaster also said is rejection is vision for us. So what is meant by that is if everyone said yes to doing Atomy business and no one rejected Atomy business, then maybe the opportunity would not come to us right now. Maybe everyone would have already started Atomy business and we would not be the one getting the opportunity to be able to grow in this business. So that means that because other people reject, that is why we are faster. We are the one who have this information before other people because other people don't know that this is something that can work, but we do. So that's why rejection is vision. And yeah, so let's enjoy the rejection, get even more vision from the rejections that we face. And I hope that this answer helped everybody. All right. Would there be any other question or sharing that might uh, anyone would like to ask or share?
Can I ask one question?
Yeah.
Because we always ask for rejection, but I want to know how you how we maintain our feeling passionate with atomy.
Mhm.
Like every day we need to think about atomy. Every day we need to take our time do atomy. How we maintain that feeling?
Okay, thank you for sharing, 만웃. 그래서 만웃 파트너 사장님의 질문은요, 우리의 그 애터미에 대한 열정, 이 에너지를 어떻게 유지를 할 수 있는가, 그게 질문입니다. 이제 물론 당연히 이제 또 지치는 일도 생기고 이럴 텐데, 이 에너지를 계속 어떻게 유지하면서 이제 이 사업을 해나갈 수 있을까? 네. 어, 그, 박은하 총장님 안녕하세요.
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 구제지 같아요, 청장님.
네,
음,
총장님, 저희가 지금, 이제 파트너 사장님들이랑 스폰서님들이랑 이제 질문이랑 답하는 시간을 갖고 있습니다. 그래서
네.
지금 바로 방금 나온 질문인데요. 총장님이 제일 완벽하게 답해 주실 수 있으실 것 같아요. 그 질문이,
아하하하.
네, 이 사업에서 어떻게 우리의 열정과 에너지를 유지할 수 있는가? 그게 질문입니다.
아, 그러셨군요.
네.
이런 이제 우리가 사업자마다 다 상황과 사업 방식이 다르기 때문에 이 시스템대로 하지 않으면 열정이 안 생기죠. 에너지도 안 생기고. 그래서 우리가 이제 목표를 가지고 내가 판매사를 도전했으면 그 다음 목표는 오토 판매사가 아니고 팀장으로 목표를 해야 되고
음,
네, 계속 한 직급씩 목표를 하다 보면 오토 판매사 도전하는 쪽으로 방향을 잡는 게 중요하잖아요. 그래서 항상 스폰서님들과 소통을 해야 돼요. 그래야 열정도 안 떨어지고 에너지도 안 빠지고 그 성공한 스폰서 시스템의 플러그인 스폰서하고 계속 소통하면서 내가 어떤 목표를 좀 구체적으로 그냥 막막하게 하지 말고 구체적으로 상의를 해야 됩니다. 그리고 도전 의식이 없어지면 내 열정도 빠지잖아요. 그러니까 목표가 없으니까 도전도 안 되는 거고, 그러려면 이제 내 계보도 하고 명단이 가장 중요해요. 그래서 내 명단이 없으면 파트너 인맥 파기에 해고, 내가 백만갑이라도 하고 소개받고, 그래서 계보도 하고 명단을 내가 항상 그거를 계속 그려야 돼요. 계보들을 매일매일 그려야 돼요. 없어도 그려야 돼요. 없어도 동그라미 그려서 여기에 누구를 넣을 것인가 항상 생각을 하다 보면 내 목표가 생기고 또 스폰서님들의 방향 설정과 그 개별적으로도 상담도 좀 해보시고요. 그래서 내가 된다는 생각이 드는 순간 결국 확신 게임이잖아, 이게. 확신. 그러니까 확신이 드는 순간 어떤 일이든지 해낼 수가 있고, 먼저 시작하든 늦게 시작하든 내 꿈이 현실이 된다는 사실을 확신하는 거. 그래서 인생 시나리오가 이 사업의 에너지고 열정이에요. 그러니까 인생 시나리오가 없으면 그냥 하루가 그냥 가고 내일이 모레고 모레가 그냥 시간만 가는 거예요. 그러니까 내가 이 주머니에 손을 끼고는 주머니에 손을 넣고 사다리를 올라갈 수 없잖아요. 예, 사다리 올라가려면 두 손을 빼고 행동해야 돼, 행동. 생각만으로는 안 되고 그래서 내가 하루 목표, 내가 작은 체험들을 만들어 보는 거예요. 거절당하는 것도 내가 나중에 엄청난 강의 자료가 되는 거죠. 그래서 리더는 다 부닥쳐야 돼요. 내가 진짜, 그러다 보면 스펙이 좋고 괜찮은 사람들이 내 밑에 찾아와요. 어떻게든 사람을 찾아내도록 노력을 하셔야 돼요. 가만히 있으면 안 되고, 왜? 똑같은 시간, 똑같은 제품, 똑같은 마케팅 플랜을 가지고 지금 전 세계에서 많은 성공자들이 팝콘처럼 터지고 있고, 어? 그러니까 항상 내가 성공한 사람들 강의도 보고 저 사람들은 어떻게 해서 성공했을까? 결국 생각만으로는 되지 않고 시스템 안에서 계속 배우면서 그거를 행동으로 옮긴 거잖아요. 음. 애터미가 아무리 좋아도 아무나 하지 않아요. 분명 이 일을 찾는 사람이 있어요. 그래서 애터미 사업은 우리가 판매하는 게 아니라 파는 사업이 아니라 비전과 가치를 전하는 사업이잖아요. 그래서 내가 제품 외용, 내가 지금 뭐가 좀 진척이 안 된다. 내가 제품 외용이 지금 안 되고 있는 거고 몇 가지 쓰지 않는 거고. 그래서 전 제품을 내가 다 바꾼다. 그리고 거기서 진짜 최애템이 한 20가지만 나와도 사업은 저절로 되거든요. 내가 이렇게 싸고 좋은 제품, 내가 이거 먹고 이렇게 건강해지고 피부가 좋아졌는데 옆에서 물어보게 돼 있다고. 왜 이렇게 기분이 좋아? 피부가 좋아져서 저절로 사업이 되는데 내가 지금 매출이 PV가 안 나온다. 그러면 내가 제품을 애용을 안 하는 거고 그다음에 회원 대보도가 안 내려간다. 그러면 아직 비전을 못 본 거예요. 그렇기 때문에 진짜 여러분들을 항상 지지해주고 응원해주는 그런 사람들이 있잖아요. 내 가족도 있을 거고, 내 스폰서도 있을 거고. 그래서 그 내 지인 중에 사업을 안 하는 사람도, 그분들도 내가 신뢰를 갖고 있는 분이라면 자기는 본인은 안 하지만 소개를 해줄 수는 있어요. 그러니까 소개받는 것도 굉장히 훌륭한 방법이에요. 그래서, 그런 얘기가 있어요. 결국은 내가 에너지가 안 나오는 거는 움직이지 않기 때문에, 행동하지 않기 때문에. 그래서, 열정은 행동에서 나오는 거예요. 부닥쳐 봐야 돼요. 네. 그래서 목표를 가지고, 어, 내가 오늘 하루가 어떻게 하느냐에 따라서 내 성공이 쌓여간다. 이 생각을 하시면 될 것 같습니다.
네, 감사합니다, 총장님. 네, 이제 통역하겠습니다. All right, so here is first of all, we just had Royal Master Park Eun-ha who just joined with us in our meeting. So he is the one who just gave us this answer. So, here is how I can summarize his answer. So, first of all, everyone has different style and personality and different way of working, right? So, if everyone is just doing their own thing, then it cannot work, right? So, how we can maintain our passion and energy? It's first through participating and following the system, because through the system, we can also grow, not only grow, but also maintain our energy. And part of being part of the system is also consulting with our sponsor. When we have consultation with our sponsor, or even just keep contact with our sponsor often, that is how we can always learn from our sponsor. And the sponsors are the ones who have more experience and also can give us guidance for how we can keep growing in this business. And of course, also help us with maintaining our energy because they're the ones who can keep giving us more advice. Now, moving on from that, the kind of sponsor that you have to consult always is the sponsors who are perfectly plugged into the system. So the sponsors also have to be plugged in the system, and so all everyone has to be in the system, and we also have to have our lineage map. You know, the in Indonesian is the silsilah, And so lineage map where our memberships are in the line, right? And our name list. So those are also very important. We have to keep increasing our name list, right? And also we have to keep, Royal Master Park said, we have to keep drawing our lineage map every day. Even if we don't have members, keep drawing the lineage map. You know, even if the circle in the map is empty, keep drawing it. And every night you have to think about, who am I going to put into that circle? How am I going to fill that circle? Right? So if you don't have your own name list, then maybe you can get more name lists through your partners, or you can go out and do cold contact, go 100 challenge, right? Meet other people that you don't know, and so that you can keep increasing your name list. So another really good quote that Royal Master shared with us is that if we keep our hands in our pocket, then we cannot climb the ladder, right? So we have to keep taking action. We have to always act. Without action, nothing can happen. And to maintain our energy and our passion, we also need to set goals. So we have to set our goal to become sales master. And after we become sales master, then we have to set the goal to become diamond master, not auto sales. So as if we keep going up in in the levels, then we will also see that the direction that we are taking is going towards auto sales master as well, right? So without goals, you know, we also cannot get anywhere, right? So the goal is our guide. And also, what can help us build these goals and also maintain our energy is by writing the life scenario. So when we can write our life scenario, we can really think about what our goals are, what our dreams are, and that can also be a source of motivation for all of us. And the last, I would say this is the last thing that he mentioned, which is loving and using the products. So you have to be the first one to proactively use all the products. You know, when you start changing your brand to Atomy, product by product, and then let's say you are using 100 products from Atomy, and when you can find your favorite 20 favorite products, then he said the business is going to work for you automatically because you're not going to be able to stay quiet about it. You're going to keep sharing about it. So the business will happen for you naturally if you can find your favorite 20 items. So that's all. So and yeah, I would say that that covers most, right? And so take action, you know, have our goals, you know, yeah, life scenario, stay in touch with your sponsors, always get your guidance. And yeah, through that, I'm sure that you will be able to maintain your energy and your passion. So I hope that answers the question. I think that was the best answer that we could have asked for. Thank you so much to Royal Master Paganha.
Thank you for your answer. And I think the last one I can do the most.
Oh yes, yes, loving the products. Yeah, yeah, I can see in our group chat we're always sharing photos of us using the products, right? So yes, all right. So I think this is already a lot. Oh, we already went over time a lot. So thank you so much for staying in the meeting. And I think maybe next time I can even shorten my presentation more, have more time for Q&A. I think that would be very nice. Yes. Okay. So thank you so much to all the sponsors. Thank you to all the members. And let's finish with our company motto recital. All right, are we ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Company motto.
Share,
Company
share
motto
the
Share
is
spirit,
Spirit,
take
the
faith,
and
vision,
the
vision,
vision.
Follow the
follow the
dream.
안녕하세요.
flame,
승자는 전열이다.
가자.
힘은
가자.
지구하며
가자.
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 아자,
만초사님
아자, 아자.
수고하셨어요.
Thank
감사합니다.
유주
you.
본부장님
Thank you so
고맙습니다.
much.
홍성수
네.
부장님
Thank you,
감사합니다.
Korea.
박은하 총장님 감사합니다.
Thank you so much. 안녕,
Thank you so
사마사.
much, my great sponsor, Royal Master Park and Ha.
Thank you so much.
Love you.
네, 김만주 사장님 감사합니다.
감사합니다, 총장님.
감사합니다.
홍성수 국장님, 박진희 사장님, 감사합니다.
김만수 사장님 너무너무 수고 많으셨습니다.
정말 감사합니다.
네.
박은호 총장님 오늘 구세주였어요.
감사합니다.
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 제가 늦게 봐가지고, 늦게
음,
미팅하고 지금 돌아가지고, 내가 빨리 그 카톡방에 못 올려가지고. 죄송합니다.
감사합니다.
아닙니다.
네,
감사합니다.
박한글 팀장님, 감사합니다. 케브르 비디 자하나라 땡큐 so much. 이정민 국장님 감사합니다. 마우리 네, 필리핀 마우리 AGT 센터 김지은 사장님 감사합니다. 게리 푸쿠하라 감사합니다. 땡큐 so much. 김만주 선 감사합니다.
네,
고맙습니다.
감사합니다. 이제 마치겠습니다.
네.
감사합니다.